This Ching's sauce alone makes 100 crores in revenue. And when you bring all of these together, they create an 8,000 crore business. At least the Nestle buyout offer values them at that much. But while most marketers credit the Ching's success to their ads and this guy, there's way more depth in the Ching's success story. Today, I'll tell you 4 insights on how Ching's disrupted the Indian market. Their product hook that got them into every kitchen in India, finding a large audience segment that Nestle and Hindustan Unilever ignored, cracking the offline shopping world with Big Bazaar, and finally, how and why they built a brand. This is the Ching's growth story. Let's dig in. Ching's has been all over the news recently. Nestle's, Tata's, and many more giants own the Ching's secret. See, Ching's are the big guys now, but it's important to understand how they got here. For this, we need to go back 20 years, when one man discovered that India's national cuisine is actually Chinese. See, the year is 1995, and Ajay Gupta, the future founder of Ching's, is currently working as an ad man. He's graduated from college and has set up an advertising agency called Forefront. Business is struggling along, but he strikes gold when a campaign for a US rice brand gets an award, and Ajay thinks he's found his true calling, food, and so began his research. Remember, this is the 90s. India's economy has just opened up, and Nestle's Maggi and Hindustan Unilever's North Soups are the big guys in the food FMCG space. And entering this space would be pretty much stupid. But Ajay is an ad man, so user insight is deep in his blood. But the more he digs in, the more confusing it gets. See, India is massively diverse, right? Cuisines change after every state. And more than that, variations of particular dishes change every 100 kilometers. But after being on the lookout for months, he finally understands one dish that binds the entire nation together. The national cuisine of India, Chinese. See, we are in Bangalore right now, and I have menus of at least 10 Indian restaurants with me. And all of them have one thing in common. This was Ajay's insight into the Indian consumer. Cuisines will change with every city, but from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Chinese binds all of them together. I mean, look at it. Chinese vada pav, Szechuan masala dosa, chili idli. The TAM was massive. But Indians didn't just love Chinese. I mean, not many Indians love authentic plain Chinese. They love it with a twist. And that is where the concept of Desi Chinese came in. Two polar opposite worlds. But we'll see more of how this plays into the Ching's growth strategy as we go ahead. Now, with this in mind, Ajay started Ching's in 1996 under Capital Foods. See, the idea was simple. Bring foreign flavors and serve them to an Indian palate. They started off by launching sauces and then Hakka noodles in 1998. They had some growths, but things were treading along slowly. I mean, for 10 years after noodles, Ching's didn't launch a product at all. So something had to change. This rate of growth was okay, but not good enough for Ajay.
$100 million companies, dime a dozen man in America. Let's hit $1 billion, we'll discuss that.
And then came the man who's quite easily, but secretly, the backbone behind Ching's Rice, Kishore Biyani, the pioneer of Indian retail and the founder of Future Group, which in 2004 changed Ajay's life by opening Big Bazaar. See, this is still the early 2000s, and India is a long way from e-commerce, and forget quick commerce. Now, Ching's great products would mean nothing without distribution, and Big Bazaar was the solution. So cracking modern trade became the clear goal. In simple words, getting into the aisles of supermarkets and shopping malls in India. Because as Theodore Levitt, the marketing guru, said in 1965, when a housewife sways through the aisles of a self-service store, she'll buy a whole lot of stuff that is not on her shopping list. For Ajay, this was a whole new world. Self-service stores represented a theatre of food, a theatre of consumption for him, where people would touch, feel and try things. And Kishore Biyani saw it too. In 2006, he bought 30% of Capital Foods and would later up his stake to 44% today. Now by 2014, Ching's was in 60,000 stores. by 2015 in 1.5 lakh stores, almost 3 lakh stores by 2016, and now they're in more than 5 lakh stores all across the country. The Big Bazaar boost made Ajay go from 0 to 115 crores in revenue by 2010. But they didn't yet know the big business blizzard that was waiting for them and would change the inflection point for Ching's and literally 3x their business soon. Now, before we go into the insight that changed the growth trajectory for Ching's, let me tell you about something that could change your career's growth trajectory. If you've been liking this video, you'd love the GrowthX newsletter. We publish 2 extremely in-depth pieces every week that give you an insight into what's really happening in the world of startups and businesses. Click here or go to the link in the description to subscribe to a free newsletter. Now back to the story. Capital Foods has an interesting in-house team. It's called the Food Culture Knowledge Team. Their only job is to travel the country, eat great food, talk to users, and mine insights into India's eating habits. And around 2010, this team figures out something very interesting. They understood that 2 ingredients were missing in the Chinese served by Indian street stalls. One was the Desi twist, which Ching's is known to bring, and the second was a common name under which it could be identified instantly. So they started working on this product that would change their growth trajectory. And in 2012, they launched it. The Ching's Schezwan Chutney. It was the perfect product hook. Now, GrowthX members watching this are probably grinning because product hook and integrations is exactly what we teach in the week 1 of user acquisition at the GrowthX learning experience. Now, I'm saying this because before this, Ching, they were competing with the likes of Nestle and the Tatas on noodles and sauces. Sure, they were making Chinese versions of these products, but they were very similar in form. But Schezwan Chutney was in a new category altogether. It was an additional product, not a replacement product. Now, you could add the Schezwan Chutney to literally anything. Noodles, dosa, vada pav. I mean, people started having the Schezwan Chutney with dal and rice. The category was untapped and the taste was unforgettable. It was the perfect product hook. And something even more interesting here is the Ching's target audience. They explicitly targeted young kids. They knew that the main influencer in a household would be young kids who are constantly looking to spice up their food, and they would influence the buyer, their parents. And plus the product paired with a perfect brand ambassador did wonders, and we'll get deeper into this soon. Now, as I said, the perfect product hook, right? If you think about it, the Schezwan Chutney is mostly the first Ching's product people would buy. Now, but once you're hooked to the taste, it opens up massive cross-sell and upsell opportunities for Ching's. See, you'll also end up trying the instant noodles, the soup, and other sauces. As I said, the perfect product hook. Now, this took Ching's from 115 crores in 2010 to triple 350 crores in 2014. The Schezwan Chutney. Remember Ching's and polar opposite names? This worked here as well. But while all of this is great, the only way to grow in the D2C market and differentiating yourself is by building a brand. And trust me, every D2C growth leader that I spoke to during the research for this wireframe said the same thing. So, for sure, Ching's did find a whole new category and created a market for itself. But since their launch, the market has been filled with other Chinese sauces and products. But the Ching's brand remains paramount. Now, they cracked this by solving 2 core things. Let me tell you the first thing. Look at these logos. They're all foreign brands, right? No. All of them. Louis Philippe, Alan Solly, Lakme, Van Heusen, Peter England, and Ching's. All of them are Indian companies, Indian brands. See, Indians are aspirational people by nature. Sure, we want value for money, but we want the best of the best. And foreign brands are aspirational. And all of these businesses have got one thing correct. Their product, marketing, and pitch feel like it's authentic from the origin country, but also available in India. With Ching's, the packaging and branding makes it look authentically Chinese, but with a Desi twist that just seems to favor the Indian palate. You get it? Yeah. The second, of course, is their hero, Ranveer Singh. See, India loves 2 things, Bollywood and food. When Ching's merged both of them for their brand integration with Ranveer Singh, or as I should say Ranveer Ching, it probably created the best marketing genius campaign ever. And of course, Ajay's advertising background helped here. Their ads, or as they call it, films, literally made Ching's a brand of the masses. There has never been a better integration between a brand and a celebrity. I mean, Ranveer Ching is crazy. And remember, they rise from 60,000 stores to 1.5 lakh stores to now more than 5 lakh stores. All came on the back of their Ranveer Singh advertising campaigns. See, it created the perfect flywheel. People wanted the Szechuan sauce featuring Ranveer Singh. Then they would go to the supermarket near them. Distributors would have to rush to stock up their shelves with Ching's. And Ching's would gradually start reducing the extra 4 to 5% margin that they had to offer their distributors to get shelf space. With this brand rocket ship, Ching's made 580 crores last year alone. And that was a snippet into the growth roadmap of Ching's. At GrowthX, revenue-led growth is at the core of our members' learning experience. The link to apply for a membership is in the comments. That's it for today. I'll see you in the next one.